Well, good morning, Tabor College. Great to be here, great to be back. I'm glad I'm still here, as a matter of fact. I just want to thank all of you who have prayed for me in the past couple months, especially through the surgery, and thankful that the kidney that came out was the mass that was attached to it was benign. And for the 13 of you that showed up at my house the night before and laid hands on me and prayed, I will always remember that day. And somehow it seems to me that what happened that night made the outcome so much better. So thank you all. If any of you want to know what it's like to lose a kidney, come tell me. I'll come talk to me, and I'll be happy to. I'm just a one-kidney old man now, but I don't want to bore you this morning. So I need to do some research before I get into what I want to say. And when I'm traveling for Tabor, often I have people say, so how's the student body? What are they doing? So get out your cell phones. Here's my cell number. And I want you to text me. And I want you to put your name in the text and then answer this question with just one word or one phrase. Now, please, don't write an essay. Just one word and one phrase and say, what's your experience like at Tabor this year? So you can say good, bad, ugly, indifferent, really good, exciting, but just one word, a phrase. If you do a whole thing, I'm not going to read it. So if you want me to read it, and I collect all these, and then I put them together and make it part of my stump speech when I'm out on the road for you. The basketball teams here, congratulations. Men and women's teams, you guys are making history. 30-3 and 26-7. KCAE regular season and tournament champs, both men and women going to nationals back to back to back. Women play Thursday at 8:30 in the morning at Sioux City, Iowa. Wow. But they're getting ready. They're practicing at 6 now to get ready for 8:30. That's very smart coach. And men's coach just as smart. They're playing Thursday at noon at Branson, Missouri. And I'm sure there'll be someplace here on campus that will be beaming in the game so you can watch it as well. So congratulations to them. This morning I would like to simply make you think. I would like to just have you begin to think about something that you probably are already thinking. And if not, you probably should. And I want to give you 3 words, 3 ideas, 3 concepts, 3 images, 3 keys, if you will. I want you to think about your life, and do you really want your life to count? Or are you going to be just satisfied with getting a job, playing on weekends, spending your money on good toys, and then getting a vacation every so often, and then at the end say, oh, I get to retire now and I get to keep doing it more all the time? Or do you want your life to really count and make a difference? You know, not everyone wants their life to count. I have a lot of friends that they just simply are satisfied with the scenario I just laid out. But if you want your life to count, if you don't want your life to count, then pull out your phone and start playing a video game. Because what I have to say doesn't matter at all. But if you really want your life to matter, then I would ask that you just pay attention for 3 words. 3 words that I have to tell you, I try to live my life by it. I don't always succeed. I fail as much as I succeed at doing it, but it's my heart's desire. It's something that I work on all the time, and I fail often. But I can tell you that pursuing these 3 words has given my life meaning. The first word is listen. If you want your life to count, then learn to listen to the voice of God. Now, I doubted if there's anybody in this room here who has ever been a shepherd or who comes from a family of shepherds. I grew up on a farm. We had sheep on our farm, but that's not the same as being a genuine shepherd. Jesus said and told a story about shepherds one time, and he said, a shepherd is able to speak, and the sheep hear his voice, and they follow him. I'd like you to watch this video as we think about that. Learn to listen to the voice of God. What is he trying to say to you? cultivate that skill. It doesn't just happen overnight. It's not an easy thing. There are so many voices that are coming at us in so many different ways, and so many messages that are bombarding us. And we're always connected with our phone and continually talking. And I can tell you that usually isn't the voice of God that's coming on your phone. Stop and listen. Triage the voices. Tune out the many voices to learn to hear the one, the shepherd's voice. Just like the sheep in the video. When they heard the shepherd's voice, they came to him. He had something to say to them. And as soon as they came, he started walking and they followed him. Word number one is listen. Listen to the voice of Jesus. Secondly, if you want your life to count, then learn to see the world the way he sees it. And his vantage point is completely different than ours. Now, some of you maybe have remembered Where's Waldo? Where's the panda? So when you see the panda, raise your hand. Some of you can't see it. Oh, all of a sudden your eye, oh, yeah, right. It's like an aha moment, an aha experience. Well, we see things differently than God sees them. Isaiah 55, and keep looking, and when you find it, put your hand up, just you see it. You'll have to tell each other where, yeah. We'll give you a hint. Go up from the hat and to the right. And right there he is. Well, anyway, Isaiah 55, 8 and 9 says, "For my thoughts are not like your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. For as high as the heavens is above the earth, so are my ways different than your ways, and my thoughts different than yours." God's view is always different than ours. And his vantage point is a different perspective. I do not think like God, and God does not think like me. And so learn to see the world as God sees it. We have such a limited view. We stand at the bottom and look up, but he's looking down, and it's a whole different view for him. If you ever go to a major city, when we first moved to Houston, and we would go downtown Houston, we were always looking up to see how tall it all was. And you could tell who the visitors and tourists were and who the normal people were that lived there. The tourists were always looking up. And the regular people, the people that lived there, were always going about their business. It didn't matter. God's view is he sees the whole earth, and it is just a little blue dot in his mass universe. But it's an important dot to him. Learn to see the world the way he sees it. When we lived in Houston, at that point, was called the Amoco building. Now it's the BP building. And I would drive by it almost every day. And at that point, it was the only high-rise in that particular area, in the area where we were living. And I would see that building, and I was just amazed, coming from South Dakota and in Kansas and the flat, and you don't see that very often. And here was this tall building. And every time I drove by it, I was kind of amazed by it. And one day the thought struck me, I wonder how God sees that. And all of a sudden it occurred to me that he didn't see the brick and mortar. He saw the people in the building. And so I just started praying for that building every time I drove by. I'd drive by and I said, Lord, and I just started praying for the people in the building. And in about 2 months, suddenly, someone shows up at our church that works in that building. And then another family. And then another family. And after a while, there was this whole group of people that were working in that building that started coming to our church. And so, see the world. And God doesn't see the brick and mortar. He sees the people, and he sees what's going on in there. So listen, see, and finally do. Have the courage to do what it takes when he asks you to do something. Have the courage to learn how to hear the voice of God, see the situation, and then take action. Just do it. You know something? God never calls you to an easy task. He does not come to you and say, hey, I got this little something. It's not going to take much time. I'm not going to be asking that much of you. It's just a little bit, and then you can keep going. God never does that. As a matter of fact, if you have an easy task in front of you, it's not from God. Read through the scripture. Every time God calls somebody to do something, it's big. It's huge. It's beyond what you even can do. When it's beyond what you think you can do, there's a good chance that it's God speaking to you. God always calls us to a difficult task, to a big task, to a hard task. Every person in the Bible, it was monumental for them. He calls us to hard work, and it takes courage. 3 words, 3 images, 3 ideas. If you want your life to count, think about this. Listen, see, and do. If you want to make a difference, if you want your life to count, think about it.